Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. And we are excited to see what messages Spirit will bring through today. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, I do welcome it because we can change the world through our energy. Unconditional love energy is the highest energy, it's the most powerful, and it helps transform so much of the lower vibrational energy of fear and all those emotions related to it. So, if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time where this love is and bring it into the planet. So, I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just allow that love to flow down into our heart and fill us up and then overflow out to the world, encompassing the planet in one giant bubble of unconditional love. Let every heart have a spark towards higher and higher unconditional love within their heart. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love right now for your heart, for your body, your mind, for a relationship, for a situation in your life, for a loved one, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Just take it in, just like a tree takes in the beautiful sunlight into its leaves, into its branches, into its being, and know that you are unconditionally loved. You're never, ever alone. You have a host of beings that surround you at all times, giving you such love and signs and messages. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much in joining me in doing that and for the space to do that. Apologize if I sound a little congested today. We've got a lot of humidity going on here with storms, and today I sound really low, lower than normal. So enjoy the the low volume. All right. So before we get into the readings, also I'd like to let everyone know we have one day left to get into my weekly drawing. Every Monday, I do have a drawing where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. Each Tuesday, I'll put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday, how you can get into the drawing, and any other drawing news. Uh, if you check out this video that I just posted, it'll tell you about the four personal recorded readings that I'm giving away tomorrow and how you can get into those four different ways that you can get into the drawing, each of the individual drawings. And yeah, I'm giving away like 33 personal recorded readings this month. Honor the number three, which is the Empress, the Divine Mother in the major arcana of tarot. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. Today is a day that's set aside. Every day should be a celebration of mothers. I mean, it's how we get here. It's how we stay here because of the caring, loving energy that mothers give. And whether you're male or female or how you identify, some of you are both father and mother, mother and father. So kudos to all of you for putting up with all of us children throughout life, right? um, but so that's why I'm giving away 33. I gave away 10 the first week, four last week, four next week, and I'll be doing four for the next few weeks. And then there will be the last week will be more as well. So that is that. And also, each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week I put out two. The first one was, "What are they thinking about you right now?" I know. Uh oh. And then today, actually, I put it out on Friday, but for this weekend, because of Mother's Day, I also put out a separate pick a card, which is what does mom want you to know or want to say to you right now? And that can be your mom if she's still living or if she's on the other side, or divine goddess, mother, the divine energy. So if you want to check those out, those are absolutely free, of course. And then also each month, I put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. And I can't believe we're almost like halfway through May already. But here's the link to that playlist. So if you have not checked those out, you can. All right. So I think that is everything that I wanted to mention there. So let me get my desktop all set up here for the readings, and we will get a going here. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, how they work, well, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. But the free readings, I do go down in order, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And so we do just go down in order there. If you don't want to put your business out there, and you can just ask for general reading or guidance, Spirit knows what you want. And so we will pull cards for that. If anyone does make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. I dive deeper, pull in more cards, and then I return back to the free readings and continue going down the list. Um, to make a donation, you can use the super chat down at the bottom, or I do have in the pinned comment and the description box of the video, I've got Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So whatever you would like to use, whatever's convenient for you. And there is no set dollar amount. I do honor the energy exchange for whatever amount because I understand finances vary from day to day by person to person, from country to country, from planet to planet. So whatever it is, that's what comes in there. So that is what we have going on there. I think that is everything. So I'm usually on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes I go longer, but trying to balance. That's my challenge, balancing. I just get so excited. I just want to keep doing readings. So we will get started here. And I do not have any donations, so we will start at the very top. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up first. I will be using the Ancestral Path Tarot again today. So if you like those, this is what the box looks like if you want to pick it up wherever you pick up your tarot. And just to know that they are pretty big cards. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'4", so this is my hand, and they hardly fit in there. So, all right. So, Dijona, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know in this moment? Okay. What else? All right. All right. Well, here we have the Empress for today. We got this very big mother, excuse me, energy coming in here. The moon is Mother Luna. And then, of course, the Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, very much the divine feminine coming in here, too. So, if you are wanting a special message from if you have like a motherly energy that's not here on the planet anymore, this is definitely making themselves known here today. And be sure to check out the pick a card to find out what mom has to say to you, because there is this beautiful, beautiful divine mother energy that is speaking to you here. It also is a message that it is time for you to care for you, take a lot of self care. Make sure if you can get out into nature, do so. If you can get out and look at the moon at night, do that. Do this connection and allow yourself to step away from all of the chaos and spend some time with you, but definitely give yourself a lot of attention, a lot of love, a lot of self-care, whether it's eating what you're eating, getting some exercise, whatever, you are wanting to do, a massage, a bath, buy yourself a present, whatever it is. This is all about it's time for you and to give yourself this love, give yourself this attention that you give so many people. You are a big giver. So it is important for you to stay full as well. So I feel like that's the message that they have for you today, Daijona. So many blessings to you. All right, up next we have Rishi. Hello. And you'd like a general message. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So I do want these two. All right. So I like this here. We've got the Two of Cups, which is an important relationship coming into your life. It doesn't necessarily need to be romantic. It can be, like a best friend, a close friendship, a reigniting of, like something with a family member. It doesn't have to be, romance. The Queen of Swords coming in here. This Queen of Swords, of course, co-rules over mind and thought and belief and expectations. She has the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to a higher place. And it is about relationship, that you're having this cutting away of fears related to relationship with others. And also, all the queens are given a second portion, which is water. So it's really this balancing of heart and mind. And it allows you here, as you're doing this, as you're cutting away these fears and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and seeing things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love, it allows you to find friendship. It allows you to feel the vulnerability and open up, to an individual where you just have this connection. When we have a lot of fears, a lot of supposed to's around who people are supposed to be, should be, need to be, we find it difficult to have relationships which don't have a lot of conflict, because we all have different rules that we start off with, of this supposed to be, should be, need to be. That's why we clash a lot. But as we release ourselves from this prison of all these rules and we find this freedom, we stop policing everyone else, telling them who they are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. Because usually it's when we have ourselves under this law that we're like, by golly, if I have to obey all this stuff, everyone else is too. But when you set yourself free from it, wow, then you're like, I don't care about anyone else doing whatever. They can do whatever they want to do too, because I don't wanna be in prison, and I don't want them to be in prison, and I just wanna enjoy life. And I feel like this is an important piece to know, that as you develop and release more and more fears, that you, open up and you allow yourself to see how amazing everyone is around you, and how not everyone is falling short as much as we were imagining. It was all these thoughts that we were putting on everyone, especially ourselves. And as you release that, you see that you're not as um, lacking in yourself as you were believing, because of all these whispers that were telling us, everything. So I like this freedom that's coming in here right now. And that's what Spirit wants you to know, is there is hope, there is this beauty, there is reward in letting go of our fears, even though it's scary. We've had a lot of, if we've been in our cage all our lives, to step outside of that cage, it's like, oh, I don't know. It's like a recluse. We've been a recluse all our lives. It's like stepping a foot outside the door in this wide, big world can be scary, but it's totally worth it. So that's what they have for you, Rishi. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Virgo girl, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for your donation. And you'd like a future reading for your love life? Absolutely. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about your future love life based on your current energies. Of course, whole thing about the future is that our energies influence it. And so, depending on what we are doing in our energies, it can, of course, alter the course of time. So let's take a look here and see where you're at here. Okay. All right. Okay. Excuse me. So I do see here, you've got emotional stability here. Um, but, you know, we're going to start off with the Seven of Swords because the swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. Since we're asking about love, this is all about what of your own thoughts and beliefs have stolen opportunities for love in your life. And it's the beliefs and thought patterns that we were taught growing up of the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's, the musts. And what it has got you here, that trapping has had you have these three cups on the bottom, which the three cups on the bottom, usually this person, and they kind of look bored, but usually it's someone sitting up against a tree with the three cups, and they're just very unfulfilled with what they were getting with what they were doing before. The Ace of Cups is a higher love, a new love, something that is more fulfilling. And so this Seven of Swords in relation to this is showing us that you're removing all these thoughts and beliefs. You're becoming aware of those that have made you, feel this way. But there is an opportunity for this Ace of Cups. And I see here the Eight of Cups here does show me that you are in the process here of walking away from emotions that no longer serve you, even relationships and people that no longer serve you. You're headed off here to Stonehenge, which is off to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, which, by the way, you do have over here. So you're walking away from this, and this is the process you're in right now as you're realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs um, no longer serve you. You realize these were not your thoughts, these were opinions that were given to you about who someone is supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be, what love is supposed to be, how it's supposed to come around, what is supposed to be afterwards, blah, 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 right? You're realizing, why do I have all these thoughts about these things? Let me release these that don't serve my heart anymore. And we do see that you do release them because I sort of chuckled when I saw these because you've got the death and rebirth card, endings and new beginnings regarding love. You've got the tower, which is the removal of things out of your life and people out of your life that no longer serve you, to open your path to make space for the love that you're really looking for. And like I said, with the Eight of Cups that you're walking away from here and you're moving toward, this is what you're moving toward: wish fulfillment, fulfillment in love and emotion that's more in alignment with your higher self. So you are in the process, you've been in the process, but you are making decisions, you're deciding for yourself. When I've did what I've always done, I've gotten what I've always gotten, and I don't want that no more because it's not fulfilling, right? So you've been raising your love vibration. You've been releasing these weights that have been holding you down and holding your heart down and captivating your heart, and it's escaping. It's rising higher. And that Nine of Cups is what will be drawing in something more of a higher vibrational love that's in alignment with your heart. So that is what is coming through here for you. If the number 14 means anything to you, um, that is, it's 11/14, it's May 14th, it's popping out on my screen over here. So it got my attention, so I wanted to make sure you're aware of that too. So that is what is coming through for you, Priyanka. So hopefully that is helpful, and many thanks again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And we will return to the free readings and continue. Virgo girl, we left off with you. So anything that you need to know, what does the universe, creator, spirit, your spiritual posse, your ancestors, they all want you to know something. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So I like this. You do have this opportunity that's coming your way here. New opportunity with the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. So you have this new birth, this new stuff that's coming in the outside world, and it has to do with some changing of your mindsets, of your thoughts and your beliefs. It's normally like a boat that's moving, so it does represent mental movement, mental change, and it feels like, you know, whatever was, if there were some fears holding you back before, um, It had to do with some mindsets and some I almost feel like you're in this, indecision of, "I wanna do something, but I really want that, but I'm afraid of the repercussions. This is really what everyone would be okay with me doing, but I wanna do this, but, everyone else, but and I feel like you've been going back and forth because you really, really, really want to go this new direction, do this new thing, head in this new area of your outside life, but you were been just holding yourself back, um, with it. And it's funny because I feel like, she's been biting on the foot, going, no, no, I really, but I want to go here. And you're like, maybe you're afraid you're going to bite off more than you can chew. But I just feel like you're going to regret not choosing and going with what your heart wants you to go to out of fear of upsetting other people. And, it's just you got to follow it. It's better to have tried and failed than to have failed to try because you'll never know and it'll just bug you that you'll never know. So I feel like they are telling you, you know, follow your heart. You're being nudged in that direction for a reason. So hopefully that resonates, and that's what they have for you, Virgo girl. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And hey, Hamant, the chat is the list, so all you have to do is post your question, and I go down in order, first come, first serve. Unless you make a donation, then I do prioritize that and step out of line. Otherwise, just post your question. We'll be down there in a bit. All right, Starfall, you are up next. So you want to know what's happening for you in love next month? You're single, crying into your Kleenex. You're so funny. All right, let's take a look here and see what does spirit want you to know about love next month. All right. Well, the waiting is almost over. You've got the 7 of sacred circles, which is the 7 of pentacles, and normally it could be like this message of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And the 10 of wands can sometimes feel like a burdensome energy, but when you combine these together, look at the harvest. Look at the harvest that she's carrying. So June does show that the waiting is over, that love will come into your life. You are going to uh, feel like all the energy that you've been putting into things and your life and your love and yourself and your outside world and everything is going to be feel like the harvest has come in June, right? So I like this. There is this ending and new beginning that happens here, and I feel like with this energy too that what you what you what you thought you wanted before has changed too, because I feel like when you as you've been putting all this effort in and into things growing and everything else, that originally it's like you planted apple seeds, and you've been taking care of, and there's apple trees, and now the apples are coming out, and you're like, oh yeah, these were apples. It feels like I've been so long creating, what I thought I wanted all this time, but your tastes have changed and what you've been trying to do, like the apples, because you ask yourself, why did I plant apples? And like, oh, everyone was telling me I want apple juice and I want apple cider and apple fritters and apple pie and just apples, apples, apples. And so you thought, well, in order for me, I need to give them something. So I'm going to create all these apples. And now that the apples are coming out, you're like, but what about me? And I like this. I like this adjustment of I get to be me and I get to have what I want too. I don't have to sacrifice my entire orchard for what everyone else wants. So you're getting rid of the apple trees and you're planting avocado trees because you want guacamole. And you're just like, and get me some chips. I want some chips and guacamole. And here we go. Right. So there is this, wonderful fruition that's coming, but you're also have changed and you're looking for something new and you find something new in June. All right, but that's what they have for you, Starfall. So hopefully that resonates for you and many blessings to you. All right, and we'll continue moving down the list here. And we have Blue Eyes. Hello, Blue Eyes. So, guidance for you in your current situation. Let's see what Spirit has for you. All right. All right. So, we do have here, obviously, there's seems like a conflicting situation here that has, this is like the nightmare insomnia card. It's a lot on your mind, things keeping you up at night, dreaming about things, even maybe even nightmares. You wake up in the middle of the night thinking about things, or as soon as you wake up in the morning, these things are on your mind. And the Five of Wands here represents a, conflicting energy. So with whatever conflict that we've been having in our life, it does show that it's changing. It will resolve, but it has to do with your changing of your mindset. You can't control anyone else or any other situation on the outside. This has to do with really looking at your expectations, your thoughts and stories that you're putting around the situation. Because these represent all the supposed do's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts that we've been given throughout our life of things that we expect something to be and how something has to unfold. And we get stressful around that, right? And because we are given all these popular opinions when we're growing up about when something happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. Also, what how it's supposed to feel and where I'm supposed to invest my energy. But the swords are focusing in on the mental story that you're putting to it. And so we start to question, why does it have to mean that? When I get fired from a job, oh, it's supposed to be horrible, horrible thing. It means I'm a failure, blah, 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 right? But is it? Do I have to? Not necessarily, right? I get to choose my power of choice. Even though I took on a popular opinion that it's horrible, I made it my habit to think that. I made it my reaction over time where it doesn't feel like it's a choice, but it is. When I look back and step back from whatever situation's going on and go, what do I want this to mean about me? Not what I think it's supposed to, not what everyone else thinks it's supposed to, but what do I get to put around it? Losing a job could be a toxic relationship that I had with my job, and now I'm free to go find the job. I would never leave it because out of fear, didn't think I would find anything better. It's like a physical, relationship with a human too. Sometimes we stay in a situation that we're like, ugh, well, I don't think I can do any better, and I fear I'll never find love again. So I'll stick this one out. But maybe it's toxic, maybe it's abusive, and, even abusive relationship with a job where you just feel you're giving, 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 and getting nothing back, and now you're fired, or now they broke up with you, and we're like, "Now what?" You're like, "Freedom, now I get to go pursue what I want?" So, I like this, whatever the current situation is, it is about changing your mindset. You're almost to the point of exhaustion, because after the Nine of Swords comes the Ten of Swords, which is usually someone laying down with 10 swords in their back. They're exhausted, trying to please everyone. But now it's time to really question, why am I doing what I want to do? What's influencing me? And what story do I want to put to the situation? I can do a what do they call it? A plot twist and change what it means to me and really step back out of fear. Because when we're in fear, with the Nine of Swords is like a lot of fear, we are out of our human mind and we're into a reactionary fight or flight. The intelligent, compassionate, loving side of us is not there. We feel confused. Um, we're just either feeling like we need to fight and battle or run or both. But taking deep breaths, getting away from the chaos, allowing yourself through deep breathing or whatever you do to calm yourself, you can then see things clearly and you can question the story. So that is what is coming through, Blue Eyes. Hopefully that helps there for you. But hang in there and many blessings to you. All right. Sure, Eli, you can just the chat is where you put your question. So just pop your question out there. And we will eventually get down there if you want it prioritized and be next, then a donation of any kind. I do prioritize those. Otherwise, I'll eventually get down in the list. All right, Bella Bella, you are up next. So what is he thinking about you? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, we got some balanced thinking coming in here because we've got the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought. So they are thinking like their mindset is changing around you. And the Star card, is the card of also of balance. And this is what really jumped out to me with the energy is there's just this balanced, slow moving changing of what they're thinking, how they're perceiving. And very much this is Aquarian energy. So it's air sign. It's very much in their head thinking about things, but also sudden change in thinking, different ways of looking at thinking, kind of quirky thinking too, which is all right. I'm an Aquarius. I understand it. Um, but there's also usually seven stars on here, which is like the balancing of the chakras, so I just feel like there's this slow moving change on their thoughts around you, but I feel it's a lot of just thinking. I don't feel like there's a lot of emotion being expressed, emotion happening, even though like both of them have water on the cards. So there's emotion there, but it feels like very Aquarian energy where they're water bears. The emotions are contained. They're focused more on thinking, and they are have all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around interactions, with what relationships are supposed to be, what the world is supposed to be. And so they're caught up in a lot of analyzing and overthinking of things. And I almost feel like for them to ever take action like in a relationship, they have like this checklist of everything that has to be in place before you go in because they don't like they have this black and white world of it's either total success or total failure. So I don't feel like they jump into things just going, "Let me see how I do." They're like they have to make sure they're gonna be a success at it before they'll even attempt it. And so I feel like they have this all the stuff that they wanna make sure is in place before they would even think about pursuing a relationship, because they have to have all these things in their mind, all these things that are, home and, um, you know, uh, good money coming in and this and that and do, just this long list. And then once that's done, then I can take a step forward. So I feel like that is what is in. I just feel so much pressure on succeeding and doing something that I feel like they don't do a whole lot. They're always preparing to do things, but they're waiting for things to be perfect. It's almost like sometimes parents will be like, "Well, we don't want children yet. We want all this stuff in place so it'll be perfect environment for a child." There will and then years and years and years and years go by because it's never gonna be perfect. They're like, you just sometimes have to do your best, right? But that's not where they're at. They have that mentality. So, hopefully that helps Bella Bala, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. We're to Ms. Draw. You wanna know who is coming towards you. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, you do have love that is headed your way here. So it's in the process of coming here. But this Three of Wands, I feel like you find this by you taking a different direction. The Three of Wands is you altering course. And when you're altering course, wherever you're headed off to, that's where you find them on the off ramp, not on the highway, the freeway that you've been going and going and going on, but because of some new things that are developing in your life and some new mindsets, some new activities, some changes in your outside world, you end up going, you know what? This just doesn't feel right for me anymore. So I'm going to head this direction. And lo and behold, boom, that's where you bump into this new love that's coming your way. I like it. It feels overflowing and really what your heart is wanting. Um, but I feel like it's after you've made this significant alteration in your life from where you were headed before. So that is what they have for you right now, Miss Draws. So I know, short and sweet, but I feel like it's important for you to know because I feel like you're wondering. It's almost becoming predictable and almost boring where you've been heading, right? You're like, it's like a freeway that just has no. It's like here in the United States when you drive through like Kansas and Nebraska and different places where it's just the plains and there's like nothing out there. No offense to anyone that lives in Kansas and Nebraska, but come to Colorado and drive through the mountains. You'll be like, wow, this is what scenery looks like. It's actually west of where I live. I'm sorry, east of where I live. It is grasslands. It's because we're right next to Kansas. So I understand it's just like but then all of a sudden you're driving and you see Pikes Peak as you're coming closer to town, and you're like, "Wow." But anyway, that's what they have for you, Miss Draw, so many blessings to you, hang in there. Alright. So as we continue down the list, we have Cherry. Hey, Cherry. So will your, FS want to stay with you most of the time or focus on their job? Alright, let's take a look here. Alright. Alright. Yeah, we've got the Prince of Pentacles, the King I'm sorry, the Knight of, Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the King of Wands. All of this is like it's slow interactions between the 2 of you, and again, the Hanged Man, both of these are about things unfold slowly, and the King of Wands shows a lot of, like, entrepreneur focus, 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 focus. So, this is focus on his job. So, I feel like you will have interactions, but like you're saying, they will mostly be focusing on their job because that's their little entrepreneur type of fire action, action, movement, movement. But um, definitely, it's the focusing on his job. So that's what's coming in, Cherry. I know, but just enjoy it for what it is, right? Um, because whenever we get one of those, the Hanged One and the Knight of Pentacles, both of those, whenever it's dealing with an interaction with others, if things we get those, it's because things are going slow for us to focus on our self love. And that's why we're given that time and that space to do that. So it's like, okay, this is happening for me. Otherwise, I'd be totally distracted. And right now, spirit is nudging you to focus on the self-love, inner and upper. So that's what they have for you right now. Many blessings for you, Cheery. Short and sweet. Yeah, that's great. You don't have to have it. So that's what's great is that you know um, we get to choose what relationships that we're in, but it does show us they do happen for us, right? So when they come in, they're a mirror for us, and we're like, okay, so one of the things, and they're bringing back a memory of one of my relationships where I felt I was being, they were trying to fit me in between the important things, right? And we don't want a relationship like that. We want to be the important thing that you fit everything else in around us. But what it showed me because of the mirror, which is a big like whoopsh, wow, was how am I trying to fit myself in between the things I think are important? And it's like, wow, I sacrificing myself to try to be and fit myself out here instead of making myself the most important thing in my life, right? So it is a mirror showing us, you know, um, yeah, things always change when we work on ourselves. Absolutely. Because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. We're looking in a mirror. So as we change, we see things differently and we attract in different teachers and different mirrors. You know, as our vibration changes, we stop attracting in certain things and we attract in higher vibrational things. So, um, we don't look at it as a punishment. If we can look at life happens for us and not to us, then we don't fall into a victimhood. We fall into a, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? You know, all my relationships afterwards, of course, hindsight, 2020 with spirit, they were showing me that every single interaction I had with relationships, with friends, with family, they were all showing me what I want to see about myself until I see it. And so when my relationships, I felt very disrespected and very, cheated and betrayed. And I realized, oh, they were all showing me. How was I betraying myself? How was I sacrificing myself? How was I, not respecting myself? And I know there was a wonderful book by Deepak Chopra called The Path to Love, an amazing book. If you guys haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Just a warning though, there's a section in there, spoiler alert, that asks you, what are you looking for in a mate? And I'm like, "Oh, that's what a great question, Dr. Chopra." So I wrote down, okay, I realized all my relationships had to do with respect. I felt disrespected either in being cheated on or felt I was being used for my money or being fit in between the important things. I go, I want someone who respects me. That's what I want in a mate. And then in the paragraph afterwards, it basically says, "What you're looking for in someone else, you need to find in yourself." Well, that book whoosh, flying across the room because I did not wanna hear that. I was like, "Wow." But after I calmed down and I picked back up the book because I knew in my heart that they were right, and I'm like, I respect myself, and they're like, "Well, giving up your life for everyone else, is that respecting yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, no." And then I realized it. So there is this, awareness that comes around and this amazing transformation so, that is what's coming in there. Glad you like that, Christy. Yeah, it's amazing. It's just amazing because it's like, wow, wow, you're so right. It's we find it within ourself, and then it transforms our world. So, but that's what they have coming in here. Yeah. I know. Wish, wish, wish. It's good. It shows you, it's definitely a point in our life. All right. So many blessings to Cherry. You guys hang in there. All right, healing vibes. You are up next. The rest of May. What does the rest of May have for you? And if you haven't checked out your May monthly by each individual zodiac sign, check out that too. Because there is in my monthlies, I'm trying to put it in a chart that talks about the different planets. And if you know what planet what your sign is for each of your planets by pulling a birth chart. Um, you can see what area of your life you want to watch the video for. Like if I want to know about love, of course, then Venus, my Venus sign, whatever that is. And if you don't know what that is, like if you there's a ton of free sites out there that give free birth charts. Astro.com is one I've been using for years and I trust them. So if you want to do that too. I like this for you though. Wow. So we've got the 10 of cups, which is woo, emotional, overflowing, beauty, beautiful, beautiful, and joy, 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 and celebration here with the 4 of wands. It's the marriage card. So if marriage is in your cards, woo, woo, woo. Or it could be a celebration and attending, like, a wedding or a party, a gathering of some sort that brings wonderful joy into your life here. But definitely, there's this great opportunity for this overflowingness and joy, rainbows, um, appearing in your life in these next 2 weeks. So you definitely have the possibilities of this. When we're talking about the future, it's all about our energy. And of course, whatever we focus on grows and expands. So the more we focus in on joy and unconditional love and laughter, the more that expands in our life. The more we focus on gratitude, the more and more. So you have this happiness coming in, but I almost feel like spirit, not almost, I mean, spirit is, has this message of the extremity of happiness is all in your hands. However you focus your energy in each moment, it could be like, wow, like, you know, just overflowing, almost can't stand it, the happiness, to like, oh, I'm happy. So whatever you focus on, um, your energy on the remaining 2 weeks just totally impacts the outcome. So I like that for you, healing vibes. Of course, you with all your vibes, you know about energies and we're focusing. So I like this for you. It feels very bright. And so it's beautiful. All right. And so we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Sunita Jain. Hello, hello. You want to know what changes are coming towards you? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know about what changes are coming towards you. Okay. They're like, these, no, we're changing cards. I'm like, all right. Okay. So I feel like you're standing at a fork in the road here with decisions to be made. And this Two of Swords basically tells you in making any decisions, try closing your eyes and opening your heart and allow your intuition and your gut to really have um, a seat at the table in making the decisions. Because you have the strength card here. Here's your human. Here's the infinity symbol representing your higher self. And it's also saying, yeah, let your higher self and your gut instinct have a seat at the table. Allow it to be a joint decision because it's going to save you a lot of conflict, a lot of just struggle. It's going to be easier because I feel like they're showing me two paths. One One has, like, you just go around this corner and, "Oh, there it is." The other one has you go upstairs and downstairs and around, and then back down and around, and, "Oh, there it is." And they're like, if you follow your gut and follow your heart, you'll have this very easy path. The other one's gonna be a lot of work just to get you back to where you would have ended up had you just followed your gut instinct. So it's like, okay, do you want put in a lot of unnecessary work? Then just go off of the mind, follow what the fears are telling you, right? But if you want this wonderful flow, then, follow your heart. And the numbers are very important today. I see May 14th and 11 and 44. So 1 4 and then 11 4 4. So ones and fours are very important for you here with these with whatever changes. So ones are new beginnings, four is a solid foundation, five, adding four and one together, is change. So I feel like definitely there's a new beginning that's coming your way, but for a solid foundation, it's the four is all about living long and prosper, like Star Trek, but also it's about balancing heart and mind, allowing your intuition to have a seat at the table too. So I like that for you, Sunita. So the changes that are coming, there is a new beginning, but to have it happen smoothly, follow your heart and your gut instinct. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And hey, Eliza, I see you have a question up next. So you will be up next here after self love. So, self love, you would like a general reading. Let's see what spirit wants you to know right now. Okay. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. Well, I just put that card back in, and here it is again. So, for you, this is a decision, a fork in the road that you're at, a decision to be made. But this one is basically telling you it is time to make the decision to leave behind these emotions, these relationships, friendship, whatever it is. There's some that no longer serve you. You've been investing a lot of energy. They're showing me a dead plant, like it is like a tumbleweed, and you keep watering it, and they're like, your spirit guides are going, honey, that is not coming back to life. Let it go. It's time to uproot it and throw it into the compost pile and plant something new. And this is all about leaving behind those and headed towards this, more wish fulfillment. There are more fulfilling friendships and relationships. It's okay. There's nothing to feel bad about or guilty about. We have people in our lives that are in for a day, for a month, for a season, or for a lifetime. But there's some that have been in, their season is up. It's time for them to go. And it's okay to do that. And I feel like you know which ones they are that are like, yeah, I feel like I'm pouring all this stuff into it. Nothing's growing, nothing's happening from it. So it is time for me to stop investing in it. And it could be a friendship that you are the one that's always implementing contact and doing it. And sometimes you don't even have to do anything. You just can stop investing in it and it just drifts away on its own. And you realize, yeah. And then you meet someone that is actually present and wants to do things and reaches out to you. And you're like, this is what it's like having me in someone's life. Right. So, this is what I feel is coming in for you, self love. So, many blessings for you and enjoy throwing out the old rotting plant. Okay, Eliza, thank you for your patience. And you want to know what are the real intentions of P towards you? Does he just want to play and flirt with you? You already told him to stop, and he keeps calling. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around P's intentions? Okay. Yeah. We've got the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of, well, this is the Prince of Staffs, which is the Knight of Wands. It's passion, 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 passion. So, yeah, it's that they want to play, they want um, passionate interactions, right? Because we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. So, nothing is going to come from this except this. This is what they want. They want everything else would take forever if anything ever would happen, and this is all what we're looking at. So, um, they keep calling because they feel like they'll wear you down, right? And especially if we've told them no, no, no in the past, and then we're like, oh well, okay. But no, no, no more, no more. Okay. Well, okay, one last time. But no more, no more. Well, okay. We teach them that, oh, no is just a temporary no until I, really put my foot down and block their number, don't answer, don't respond. If we respond to texting or whatever, they're like, I still got you. But if you go cold and you just stop responding, then they will give up because there's other people on the hook that they're also, playing and flirting with, right? And so their little harem that they have going on, if you stop responding, then they stop investing energy. So that's what's coming in, Eliza. So I know, but I like this journey that you're on, that you are turning to yourself, because, you're realizing your energy when you draw in certain things in certain mirrors, it's showing you about yourself. If I keep drawing in people that don't want to commit to me, how am I not committing to me? If I have, people coming in that just want to use me, how am I just using myself? How am I not putting myself first, right? And so I like this awareness that's coming in because it will transform things and bring you something more in relation to what you deserve. All right. So hang in there, Lisa. That's what they have for you. Hey, Stella, you want to know in which part of the country are you going to settle in the next year for your career? All right. Let's take a look here and see what we have here because we have the different the different uh what am I trying to say? The different suits. Trying to do two things at the same time. When you're congested, sometimes your brain just feels like it wants to nap. And it's good that spirit is speaking and not me. So you've got the King of Cups, and you've got the sacred circles here, Six of Pentacles. So um so cups, water is west. Cups are west. Pentacles is north. So I feel like northwest is what they're focusing on here with these two cards coming in here. Because King of Cups is balancing heart and mind, but that Cups energy is the emotions that pulls us to the west. But the Sacred Circles is earth energy, which pulls us to the north. So that's why I feel like it's northwest, somewhere in here. So hopefully that resonates for you there, or you're like, no, that's desert. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's out of the country, right? Go northwest, but I feel it's a northwest direction that is in there. So that's what's coming in, Stella. Many, many blessings to you. Enjoy your move. Hey, Rhonda. You want to get up? What is coming up for you this next week? Does it look like you might get some insights? All right, let's see here if there's some significant. You're always getting insights, of course. Will we see them? Right? That's the other thing. I know. It's like, oh yeah. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. Yeah, yeah, definitely you do have some insights here because you have the King of Swords, which rules over mindsets and thoughts and beliefs and ahas, right? And then also they not only co-rule over the air with the Queen of Swords, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which means they're the master of air. And so you are getting this insights around emotions here. You have the Eight of Cups, walking away from emotions and individuals and relationships and friendships that no longer serve you, and you're headed off here into wish fulfillment. So definitely here, it was a week of realizing. I feel like you have some insights onto people that you are trying to stay in touch with, right? We just had a similar reading a few readings ago about you just see these individuals that you're investing all this energy into. You're the one that implements it. You're the one that stays connected to them. You're the one, pouring all the water into a plant that's dead. And it's like, why won't it grow back? And, it's like, it's not coming back. It's, or you're the one that's always doing everything and you deserve to feel what it feels like to have you in someone's life where you are giving, you are, the one that initiates contact and does special things for people, but you don't have friends that do that for you, right? And you're just like, you know what, you're right, and I can stop. I get to be my first, we get to be our own best friend and realize, how is it to have me in my life? Well, have you in your life, right? But also, when you cut away all this energy you're investing in all these situations where you are the one doing all the work, when you release all that and you have all this energy, you end up bringing in an individual that is like having you in your life, and it's amazing because you have this, "Wow, thank you for you remember this is my favorite coffee? Thank you for bringing that to me. Wow." Or, "You wanna take me to lunch? What?" Or, you have someone who is like, "Hey, you wanna go do this?" And you're like, What? You're reaching out to me?" And I really feel like this is an important aha, and you're really seeing, yeah, all these people that you initiate, if you just stop, they drift away, and you really see people who reach out. Sometimes we teach people not to reach out to us because we're like, "No, no, no, I'll reach out to you." But I don't feel like that's you. I feel like you, once you stop reaching out to individuals, most of them will fall away, but the real ones will reach out to you and go, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a week." And you're like, "Hey, what's going on?" You recalibrate your friendships and relationships by how you treat yourself. And I feel like this is a huge thing for you. So I like that for you, Rhonda. Rhonda. So many blessings to you. Enjoy your journey as usual. I'm dirty spot on. Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it, Rhonda. You do. You deserve to have someone in your life like you. Much love, my friend. All right, Princess Pinky, you are up next. You want to know what did he or does he admire about you? You got a couple fives here. Five of Cups, five of wands here, staves here. Five is a number of change and transformation, and one of the things that um, they liked about you and admired about you is your ability to switch and kind of go with the flow. Here, I feel like it's interesting, Princess Pinky here. So it's really revealing, um, because I feel like you might adjust too much. Um, Because and some of it has to do with, the self-worth that you had in the past, right? Where you would give in a lot to what everyone else wanted. And rather than and avoiding conflict or avoid, because of fear of being rejected, it's, "Oh, okay, whatever you want." And they liked that. They liked that you would change, and do what they wanted to do, you know? And I don't like that for you. Your guides are like, "You deserve more. You deserve to be you and to have yourself be the authentic you, and to have people, that around you that appreciate who you are and don't feel like you have to be giving in." Compromise in friendships and relationships, yeah, it's important, but over compromise. And that's what they really liked is like, you know, I was going to say 9 times out of 10, but they corrected me. 99 times out of 100, you would do what they wanted to do. In the 1%, you would, when it was really something really, really, really important, you would want to stick to what you wanted to do, right? But the majority of the time, they get what they wanted, and that's what they liked, is because they wanted to feel the control. They wanted to feel and get everything they wanted. So I'm liking that with all these fives that you are upgrading and increasing your self love and your self worth in the process to where you're like, no, no, no. And we fear conflict, right? We don't want, our human fears rejection, it fears failure, it feels losing conditional love. But in the end, what are we really losing? you know, it's like, no, I'm losing my freedom. So when someone leaves our life, that if we don't do everything they want us to do and they leave, then thank you for leaving because I am losing the cage that I was being kept in, and I get to be free. So I like this clarity for you here. I know it wasn't quite what maybe you were wanting um, in the moment, but I know you want the truth from spirit, and this is what is coming through for you. So hang in there, Princess Pinky. I love where you're headed. All right, Maju, you are up next here. And you want to know you the Pisces next actions towards you. Absolutely. All right. Maju. All right. So we have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups, really a lot of Pisces energy because Cups is water, of course. Pisces being a water sign. And the Queen not only co rules over water, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So this is double water, double emotion. Definitely here's the Pisces energy here. And the Three of Pentacles here, their next actions towards you, they're here being true to their authentic self. And so they are just doing their thing. I feel like they are, you know, you know, I know when I start talking like that, people are like, oh, hell, here it comes. But there's just this selfishness here. Um, and it's not that, you know, we have such a bad context of selfishness, right? Because we're taught, oh, sacrifice yourself for everyone else. So a certain amount of self-ish ness, self-awareness, and self-importance and self-worth is important, right? So that's I don't mean, that it's bad for people to choose, but in this case, they they're not taking your feelings, they're not taking anything around you um, into account. They are like, you know what? This is what I want. This is who I am, and tough. Deal with it. And because, like we just talked about, compromise in relationships is important to an extent of like we share, and it doesn't have to always be about me. I'm like, I love you, and because I love you, I want you to be happy too. Not using your happiness to define me, but I because I love you, I want you to be happy. So the intentions are different. In this, I feel like they are like it, you know, everything's about me and tough. And I like I said, I just don't like this very. I feel like it's bending over backwards for them all the time, and that you'll continue to pour into them, and they're okay with that. And you're like, "Can I have something back?" They're like, "How dare you ask for something back from me? You are here to give to me." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." So I feel like their next actions towards you are continuing in that vein of where they're at in their life right now, which is like their next action is to ask you for more, or just them paying attention to themselves and um, I don't want to say manipulation, but you know, we do manipulate by acting sad um at first because we're taught that other people's emotions are our responsibility. So if you're around them and you're not doing what they want you to do, they'll be all sads. I'm all sads because you're not doing what I want you to do. If that doesn't work, then second stage of manipulation is anger and throwing things around and rah 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 yelling and trying to bully you into doing what they want you to do. And if that doesn't work, then they use the rejection, the cold shoulder, the ghosting. Well, fine, then I'm not going to talk to you, or the silent treatment, right? Um, and I feel like this is what they've been doing and what they continue to do in your life right now, Manju. And I feel like it's time. If you've had enough. If not, if you want a little more torture, it's what we do. It's like, let me just make absolutely sure I've really learned this lesson. And I have no judgment whatsoever. It took me 5 relationships doing the same thing over and over and over before I realized, oh, so no judgment here. But that is what they just want you to be aware of right now. So many blessings to you, Manju. Hang in there. And that was Manju. And then up next is Manju Busal. So there's two different Manjus, spelled a little differently, just to make sure the clarity there. And Shirley Maydor, good morning to you. I see you will be up next here after the second Manju. And so let's take a look here. Manju Busal, you want to know how will your future spouse be? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about your future spouse. All right. All right. So the your future spouse, you've got the 9 of Pentacles here, which is a hermit's journey. They really have learned their self-worth from the inside out. So I feel like they're not really impacted a whole lot about the outside world and what people think of them. And they've done this inner work. The 7 of Swords here is this awareness that they've learned about themselves, that they discovered what of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets cheated them out of things and deceived them in the past. And it had to do with self-worth and where they were trying to find their worth. And so they've been quite on this journey of discovering all of that, where you know, I feel like they would say something like, "I'm not proud of what I did to try to get ahead in the past, but I learned my lesson, and I know I burned some bridges that I can never get back." So I feel like they really, um, and it has to do with their childhood of how they were raised. They just used people. They just, you know, um, cheated at stuff and did everything because they were taught this is how you get ahead. But they had a big, I feel like they lost someone very important in their life that just made them like, what? It just made them realize what they were doing. And they've had this huge kind of transformation. So I kind of feel like, they have you'll bump into people and in life where like, "You're with who? Don't you know they're blah, 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 blah," and they haven't known them for like a decade, and you're like, I know, they've changed, this is what they've went through," and they're just like, "What?" And I like that. I love this uh, dark part of their life that they went through, because they experienced so much darkness, they experience so much brightness in their life now. So I like that for you, Manju Busal. So that is what they have for you right now. Many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. Shirley, you and all those sweets. I tell you, now I'm going to have to go uh, grab some sweets from the grocery store down the street and some guacamole and chips, because this was someone came through with someone else's reading. I'm like, oh, no, it's because I'm hungry. All right, so Shirley, you want to ask, what are Leo's current feelings and thoughts towards your connection? All right, let's see what we have here. All right, well, so look at it's the same person here. This definitely is feelings here because of they're both cups here. Got the Queen of Cups, really a lot of deep emotion that's going on beneath the surface. I don't feel like they would express it. I feel like they're even looking here at some of emotions of pain and loss and lower vibrational ones. You can see they're looking over here. It's almost like they're reflecting back on what they've experienced in the past and the bubbling of these things. And I kind of feel like um, they're not about you specifically, because um, I just love the look on her face. Like, what? What do you mean? I didn't do anything. But there's the subconscious, these Queen of Cups, is they've got a lot of hurt and pain that they experienced, a lot of emotional memories they experienced in their younger years that have been rippling and vibrating out since then, showing up. It's like their inner child banging on the pipes from the basement, going, "You will hear me, and you will deal with this charged emotion that I've been holding on to all these years." And it keeps coming up. And you can't help the mirror that you are or were for them because it's like our little inner child will try to bring up things in our dreams and our from our subconscious, and our mind can only handle so much, and then they'll start bringing messengers in the outside world into our peripheral, so we'll see it from the outside in too. And that's why we call in mirrors. And I feel like this is what has happened. And so if they blame you, or if they say anything like, "You hurt me," or you can see pain in their eyes or whatever, it's because, you are being the perfect mirror reflecting back to them this thing that their inner child wants them to see, and that they can't get away from it, because it's the time in their life where, the inner child is going, "It has to happen now, buddy." And so whatever this information, this, emotions that are flaring up, it's all about what's going on inside of them. You can't help it. You can't help. A monkey looks in a mirror, they're gonna see a monkey. You're like, "Why are they reacting and responding this way to me?" Because it's like, "Have I done something?" That's the kind of the energy I'm feeling from both of you, right? But you don't know what's all bubbling underneath there, because they are very good at suppressing old emotions, but you can see it in their eyes. Um, but That's what's going on right now, and I feel they're just really consumed with whatever this pain was from the past that's going on right now. So it's not towards you, it's all about the mirror effect that's going on right now, if that makes sense. So that is what I feel coming through right now, Shirley. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Only thing you can do is just try to give as much unconditional love as you can, because they're going to see what they're going to see, until they, get these emotions clarified in their eyes. All right. So many blessings. Hang in there, and happy Mother's Day to you, mother of horses. It's like Khaleesi was mother of dragons. You are surely mother of horses. All right. So, Ties J, I'm probably totally murdering how you're pronouncing that. But Ty SJ, I want to know your boyfriend's thoughts about you and your conversation. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. We've got this. There is this. The Six of Wands is a balanced type of energy that is comes in here. The Six of Wands is movement, is victory. It's not a conflicting type of energy. I feel like there's movement. I feel like there's emotion. We have the Princess of Staves, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is about a new opportunities in the outside world, new birth in your outside world. So, the thoughts about you in the conversation, it just feels like, I don't know, they're just kind of going with the flow, and they're just looking at what's next in the outside world type of thing. I almost feel like they don't not they're not taking the conversation seriously. I just feel like they don't take a lot of things in life seriously. It almost feels like someone who lives in the moment a lot and says, "Okay, it's almost like out of sight, out of mind in a way, where like whatever's going on in their life in the moment is what they're looking at and focusing. They don't put a whole lot of stock in the future or a whole lot of stock in the past. They're like, what's going on right now? And so It's almost like they have this their mantra of life is not even don't sweat the small stuff, but don't sweat. Don't sweat anything. Just go with it. Go with the flow of what's happening. And I feel like that's kind of their it's almost like they're really, really grounded. Um, it's almost like they're reminding me of someone that I knew in my life that smoked a lot of weed and like, hey, whatever happens, what if I lose my job? I'll find another one. They were just very, very contained from past and future, and they were just really all about the moment and what to eat next, But that's the kind of energy they're showing me. Is they're like kind of just in the now, and then, yeah, okay, well, we'll see. All right, yeah, whatever. I feel like that's the type of energy that's coming in. So hopefully that resonates. But that's what's coming in right now. So many blessings for you, Ty SJ. And, yeah, you can enjoy that, right? Manju Busal, I did not skip your question. It is completed. You just need to rewind a little bit. How dare you accuse me of I would never ever skip anyone. No, I have in the past, so I can understand. But I know I did yours because there's Manju and then Manju Busal, and you're right after Manju, the Manju, right before Shirley Mador. That's what 1, 2. You're about three readings ago. All right. All right. So double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next here. So, how can I'm sorry. Hi, not how. Hi. You can ask for guidance. Let's see what spirit has for you here. What do they want you to know right now? Wow. Very clear message here. Got the moon on her head here with this wonderful energy. The high priestess is step away from whatever situation, step away from the chaos. The high priestess goes into her high priestess temple, connects to the upper realms. The moon is all about diving, into the connecting to the upper realms. Same type of energy, really, because she dives into her subconscious and unconscious. The moon is all about the unconscious, the subconscious, divine feminine energy here, Mother Luna, caring for yourself, stepping away, caring for you, but definitely connecting to the spirit. Your higher self and your spiritual posse is definitely here as well. She has a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of awareness that you can tap into, and if you're needing to make a decision, if you don't know what to do in a situation, it's all about deep breaths and stepping back and coming out of fear. It's getting out of the chaos, right? Connecting to the higher realm. And then you're able to see clearly. They're the eye in the sky. They're above the maze of life that we're in, and they can help guide us and go, I know you feel like you've gone down a corridor and hit a dead end, but all you need to do is back up 3 spaces, take the corridor to your left, and then an immediate right, and you're right on where you're wanting to head. And so you can do that, and I feel like this is definitely this drawn from spirit to step back and breathe and connect to them, and they will bring you the answers and the signs and clarity that you need. So I like that for you, double, triple, quadruple X. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right, Manju Busal, we're not going to get in an argument. Wink, wink, wink. So there are two of you, and so you are after. Let me see here. Let me just scroll up real quick here. Yeah, you were Manju was first, and then you were next after that, and then Shirley was after that. So it's a few before. You just need to scroll back. All right. So, Mila, hello, hello. Nice to meet you as well. Welcome. You must be a new subscriber. So, thank you so much for joining the soul family. And you can absolutely ask the true feelings of Felipe towards you. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit has here for you. All righty. Well, I see here that there is this slowness that's going on right now. With the Prince of Sacred Circles is the Knight of Pentacles, which is one of the slowest moving knights, and there is this slow process that's happening. Things feel like they're going really slow between the two of you, and it's because Felipe is kind of caught up in their mind and not so much their heart right now. It feels like they've pushed the pause button on feelings because they're really reflecting in some fears they have here. The 7 of Swords is swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations, and there is this awareness around what of their own thoughts have been deceiving them and cheating them out of love in the past. I feel like they've had some pain in like betrayals and different things where they did feel cheated on and people deceiving them. And so they've created these belief systems around their worth and these thoughts and stories, and they are trying not to put them on you, and that's why I feel like they're really slow in moving forward. They definitely have emotion for you, because they wouldn't be fearing something if they weren't fearful of losing it or um, let me put it this way, they wouldn't have fear if they didn't think that they wanted to step forward. Because if they were like, no, I'm never gonna, have feelings and move towards you, they're not gonna have any fear because there's nothing to fear. Because they're like, I'm not going down that road. I don't need to worry about that road. But they're like, I really want to go down this, but there's been some scary things I've experienced when I've gone down this road before. And that's what they're working on. And this is like they're going slow because they really want to figure things out and kind of have this safety around some of their fears, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is what's going on. They do have emotion for you, but I feel like it's kind of like you're not going to feel them because they're paused and kind of contained for a moment while they're doing a lot of mental work, story work that's going on in their head. So that is what they have for you, Mila Mila. And again, welcome. Nice to have met you. All righty. All right, Manju. Well, I did complete it. I know I absolutely did. So if you scroll back to where Manju, her reading was, then yours is right after it. So it is there. But I'm going to continue on the readings here. If you're still not able to find it, um, I can look for it later in the day, but right now I'm going to focus on everyone else's readings. But I know I did it because I remember it. I'm not that old yet where I forget, 30 minutes ago. Not yet, knock on wood. All right, so I know you'll find it. All right, Patty, you want to know the week ahead? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about the week ahead here. All right. Wow. It definitely feels like it's a significant week. You got two major arcana here, which do have to do about, significant impact or significant events in our life. The Fool card is about a new beginning, a new journey, and movement forward without a lot of expectations. It feels very adventurous, where, it's like a little child who first comes to the earth and they don't have a lot of expectations around them. They're just like, wow. It's like looking in wonder at life and knowing that there's this beautiful path ahead and they're just going with the flow. And so I like that energy coming in here. You also have the strength card, which is your human self and your higher self. You can see the infinity symbol up here. And there's this joining together hand in hand with spirit next week, which gives you a new perspective. It gives you a new, like, adventure type of feeling to it. Like you're giving up some control next week where you're realizing, you know what? because the Fool card can represent the soul. It's card number 0. It's the beginning of the major arcana, and of course, with connection to your higher self, it's almost like you have this trust with the week ahead going, "You know what? I trust that you do have my life for the highest good to come in. And I'm trusting that whatever is coming is for me, even though my human may not realize it in the moment. I'm going to trust it. And I'm going to try to see next week from a different perspective, from this higher perspective, from a place of trust. You know, like your soul didn't get drunk before you came down here and goes, hey, let's sign up for all this stuff. No, they were sober when they chose your life paths and the things that they want to experience with you. And I love the strength card because it's like the lion and our higher self join together, hand and paw, that our spirit doesn't try to destroy our human side, it completes it because we're so hungry, and the things of the outside world don't fill us up, but we realize that it's our higher self that is able to give us what our human is really looking for, which is the unconditional love from up above. So I really, really like this. It's like this wonderful joining together and this seeing things just from this different perspective this coming week. So that is what they have for you, Patty. So many, many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. All right, Anjushri. Hello, hello. And you want to know why is the Leo scolding you and his thought behind that? Oh, all right. You know, well, lions roar. It's what they do. That's their fireness. Let's take a look here though and see what does spirit wants you to know around the this scolding here. Okay. So we do have here, of course, with the Lover's card, this is emotional power of choice, and the King of Pentacles here. Now, so this energy, they're telling you there's two ways we look at when we ask why is this happening in this moment. We have the reason why the human that we're interacting with is doing what they're doing, and then we have the real reason why this event is happening for from our higher self, from the, behind the scenes, underneath the surface. Why is this really happening, right? So they're scolding you because they have fear. Whenever anyone is doing anything that is not intelligent, not loving, and not compassionate, it is not of their real true self. It is of a out of fear. They're feeling unsafe or out of control in some way. And so when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, it goes into fight or flight mode. It boots out that intelligent adult that we are, that compassionate, intelligent, loving adult, and does unloving, unintelligent, uncompassionate things to feel safe and in control again. I usually say that we turn into our cat mind, which, hisses and attacks, or hisses and runs away, or attacks and then runs away. So when someone's scolding you, it's because they're in fear. Really has not a whole lot to do with us, because when a human goes into fight or flight mode, they are no longer thinking, they are just reacting. And it's like swimming out to someone who's drowning, right? And they're panicking. They smack you upside your head. They're not doing it on purpose. They're panicking. Then they see you, they grab onto you, and you go underwater with them until you can wrestle them and get them to shore. And then you see when they calm down, you see the human adult return to them. And that animal, the frantic animal is gone, right? You can see panic in people's eyes because it's not them. It's the cat mind that's been activated, right? So their scolding has to do with them being in fear. Now, it's happening at a higher level. This interaction happened for you, not to you. So you could understand your power of emotional choice and understand more of your worth from inward instead of outward. Because what happens is, in any moment when anything happens, we also get to choose what story we put to it, what emotion we feel as we go through it, and what energy we invest in it. This one's focusing on the emotions. So when they're scolding us, our inner child, if it feels unsafe and out of control, we're going to flip out and go into cat mind, right? And either attack or run away. And so it teaches us in the moment that I get to choose what emotion I want to feel instead of feeling fear, because every moment is either of unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love. I get to choose what it means. So it's an opportunity for you to learn to learn your power of emotions, to where when someone goes, rah, we can change how we react to it. We change our habit from what we've told in the past. When someone yells at you, it means you've done something wrong and you're rejectable, you're worthy, you should fear rejection. Instead, we change our emotional response to it to be like, oh, what's the matter? What's going on? We're no longer taking it personally. We're realizing is someone who's in fear, and how can I help them come out of fear without me going into fear myself? And this is where the King of Sacred Circles, the King of Pentacles, teaches you too that when we're looking for stability, we're not going to find it in the outside world. We're going to find it in the inside world, because when we look to define our worth and ourselves by the outside world, we feel very unstable. People, they are very unstable, right? We just witnessed it with them flipping out, right? But people change, people pass away, people walk away. So our interactions with people are unstable, right? Um, Situations never stay the same, like jobs and education. So that's unstable. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, whatever, like our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions. So everything out there is unstable, and we eventually get tired of the instability and we turn inward and upward, and we're like, this is what I've been looking for, something that's stable. The only thing that's stable in this realm is our connection to the eternal unconditional love from up above. It's eternal, it never ends, it's unconditional. There's no conditions to earn it or anything we can do to lose it. So that becomes the foundation of who you are. And then you're like, oh, okay. So we have all these planned situations that come up for us to uh, question it, right? So when people yell, we're like, okay, that's unstable. Where's my stability is from the inside. And I don't react to people yelling. It's more like, okay, why are you fearing? And we don't usually ask them that because they're in the middle of fear. We just do things to help them calm down, and like, you know, um, giving love in whatever way to create safety around them, right? So I feel like this is what they wanted you to know with that situation on Jushri. So hopefully that makes sense, and many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. All right. And oops, sorry, lost my place. There you go. Hey, Latoya. Hello, hello. You'll be up next here after Dondera. So, Dondera, hello. So, yes, you'd like to know about the dream you had, if it was a spiritual message. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I know, especially right now with all this Pluto in retrograde, which is the planet of transformation, death, and rebirth. The subconscious, too, right? It gets into that. Also, Scorpio full moon energy. We had that lunar eclipse, all this eclipse energy. We definitely have a lot of transformation going on. So, our uh, spiritual team is, I mean, my dreams, I've been like dreaming even more than I normally dream, and I dream a ton. So, I can definitely understand that here. Yeah. So you've got both a prince and a princess here, and it's funny. You have like this dual, like a duel, like a on God going on here, because you've got the Prince of Sacred Circles is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight, and then you have this fiery princess energy, the Page of Wands, which is all about this. Um, action, action, passion, passion, movement, movement. So it's kind of like a struggle going on between this divine feminine energy and this divine masculine energy here. So I feel like if there was like a push and pull and this feeling of being pulled in two different directions, that's what's happening here. You have, this grounding, one side of you wanting to be safe and have things go slow, but the other is like, I want to run, I want to go. So it's almost like two horses, one horse trying to pull faster and one horse trying to go slow. And I feel like that's this push me, pull me from Dr. Doolittle. I don't know why they're bringing that to me, but there's this llama that has, it has one body, but two heads, and they point different directions. They're always trying to pull and go in one, one direction here. So I feel like this spiritual message that coming in here is that you have this new desire, this new passion that you want to go in a direction, but a part of you was still wanting to stay safe and keep the norm, but your part of you is just tired and you feel stagnant and you're ready for this movement and this change, and this is what's being worked out within your body. So that is what is coming through, Dondera. Hopefully that resonates for you and brings you a little bit type of awareness around the dreaming there. All right, and that is what they have for you right now. All right, so Latoya, you are up next. And yeah, I see some questions too. The chat is the list. So all you have to do is put your question out there. If you don't want to put out your specific question, you can just ask for guidance or a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. And if you do want your reading prioritized, a donation of any kind, I do prioritize those, step out, and I go deeper into those too. And pulling more cards. And then I just move down the list in order, first come, first serve. All right, Latoya, so you'd like a general reading on what is hidden from you. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know that is hidden from you? What is below the surface? Okay, so let's take a look here. Yeah. So you have the Princess of Sacred Circles here, the Princess of Pentacles. It's the Page of Pentacles about new opportunities. That are on the horizon. And the Four of Swords is called, it's like a peace of mind card. Swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, and expectations. And here above the door are the Three Swords, which the Three of Swords is basically our fears. It's expectations equal disappointment. We fear failure. We fear rejection. We have all these rules that are in place. And I don't feel like this is unknown. This is not hidden, that of some old beliefs you have that have kept you, fear from moving forward, some restrictions, right? That opportunities that you might have passed up because you had some old beliefs. But I like this card because they show one has already gone through the door, one is in the threshold, one is about to enter. And I like this. I feel it like what is hidden from you is that you have let a lot of expectations go. You are in the process of letting some go, and this opportunity is just right around the corner. And what I like is that um, as these fears arise, as these triggers come up, there is this opportunity coming up that you had bypassed a similar one before, and now you are ready. Now you are like at the threshold. It's like, oh, I don't know, but I like that they're gonna shove you through the door. They're gonna nudge you a little bit through the door because you are ready for it now. And it's not so much fear as in nervousness about stepping forward. Nervousness is a little bit of a fear, but before it was just like it was a no-brainer that you were like, heck no, I'm not going to do that. Now you're like, oh, I really want to do this. Should I? Should I? And you're looking maybe for a little validation and permission to step forward in it, and you have it. and you have the ability to do it. And this is what I feel like what's hidden from you is that you're going to feel this hand on your back go push, and it's for you though, and you're of course going to be happy about it because you're like, this is what I want. I just needed a little nudge. It's like, the dance floor at a club. If you've ever been where, no one's dancing and a song comes on and you really want to go do it and you want to get out there and dance, but people, no one wants to be the first one to go out and dance. There's this fear, right? But all it takes is one person standing out or someone going, come on, and grabbing your hand, and you're like, woohoo, let's go. And I feel like that's where you're at, and before you'd been like, no, resisting. Now you're like, let's go. And I like that. So that's what's coming through for you right now, Latoya. Hopefully that makes sense for you and resonates, and many blessings for you. All right. So up next, we've got Bhumika Ranjit Batra. Hello, hello. And you want to know, what message does your husband have for you? All right, let's take a look here and see what messages your husband has for you. All right. So I'd like this. The Nine of Pentacles has this message from them. Excuse me, that you have everything that you need within you. The Nine of Pentacles, outside world, it's about finding your abundance and your wholeness from within, and that you don't need anyone in the outside world to complete you, to tell you what you can and cannot do. It's like, here's spirit with you in this beautiful, productive garden, that there is this abundance that you have from the inside out. You are in this journey of discovering your worth in such a higher way in relationship to the outside world. One, in that you don't need the outside world to define you. And because of that, you're seeing your worth differently. And there is this wonderful, wonderful pride in that coming from them. Also, you have this new passion, this new drive, you have this new excitement that's coming into your life, that is in your life, and they totally support this. Where you're wanting to go, where you're wanting to do, they're like, there's no wrong choice that you can make. They are totally behind you 100%, and you can make this movement forward. The Ace of Wands is them telling you that you have so much power in your hands, and whatever you focus on does grow and expand. And so when you focus on gratitude for what you do have, you're telling the universe that you enjoy um, being grateful. And so, can you send me more things to be grateful for? And they do. There's this abundance that comes in. Just focus on gratitude, focus on joy and love and celebration, and it brings in more things to be grateful for. But when we focus on, if we feel we're missing something, we tell the universe, I enjoy missing things. Can you make me miss it more and bring more things for me to miss? It's like, no, that's not what we want. That's what our energy is putting out there when we're focusing on what we're missing. Also, if we focus in on what we hate in our life, we're telling the universe, I really enjoy hating things. Can you bring more things to hate into my life? We're like, no, that's not what we want. But when we focus on our fears of losing something, we push things out of our life. When we focus on that fear of something coming into our life, we draw it in. So I feel like they're telling you this wonderful, important tool that you have, and showing you the power that you really have. And so to focus on gratitude will bring more and more into your life. So I like that for you, Bumika, and that is what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Phyllis. All right. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone here. So Mila. All right, Anya Batra. Hey, hey. So you want to uh, ask your father if you should go ahead in the financing field and choose it as a career. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see from their higher perspective. Is this a positive move for you here. Yeah. I like this here. You've got the four of staves, the four of wands, which is joy, celebration, very, very bright energies. And you have the star card, which is wish fulfillment. It's like they're telling you, go for your dreams, go for your dreams. So if that is what your dream is, that is what will make your heart sing, they are 100% behind it and saying it will bring you joy, but do what brings you joy, your heart. Don't choose a career that is because it sounds good on paper and it's, well, this will be good money and blah, blah, blah. They are telling you, do what makes your heart sing. What is your dream come true? What is that would bring you joy, 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 joy in your heart? And they're telling you, choose that. Don't do something just because it sounds like it's secure and it's going to have a lot of money and blah, blah, blah. Because they're like, you wake up every day going, all right, here we go. Instead of waking up early every day going, I'm excited to live my dream. And so they are so totally um, encouraging you to live your dream. Don't choose a career that's not that. They're like, now's the chance. Don't wait until you're, old looking back on life, wishing you woulda, coulda, shoulda. They're like, live your dream now. So whatever that is. If this is your dream, they're totally in support, but this is their message for you. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings to you. All right. We completed those. Let me just keep moving down the list here. All right. Where did I leave off? Lost my place already. Oh, there I am. All right. Strawberry Rose. Hello, hello. So you're having a problem taking action lately. What can Spirit advise you? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Mm, yeah. Page of Cups, new passion, new love. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So when we have trouble taking action, um, it's because we are trying to live someone else's dream. We're not living our own. And so that's what both of these cups are about, the emotion and feeling like you're don't want to doing what your heart sings when we feel trapped, we feel um, blocks, we feel like we procrastinate, move forward just because it's something we don't really want to do. When it's something we want to do, oh my gosh, so much power, so much energy happens, right? We wake up early, super excited. It's like the weekend. Sometimes, like we have a hard time waking up during the week to go to the job that we just feel like is stagnating us. But the weekends, we wake up and early on time and excited to go do the thing we wanted to go do, right? It's like, huh, amazing how our energy works. And so it does tell us, it does show us that this is not, the taking action towards stuff. It's like it's because it's not what you want to do. So you can take a deep breath, take a step back and look at what is it that would make my heart sing? What do I want to do? And that'll bring you the new passion and the new action into your life. Um, Fear is what keeps us trapped in these cages of, well, I have responsibilities, I have this to do, da 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 da. It's like, do we? That's like something what we're taught, but we can live our dream. And if we feel like we have too many things that are keeping us back, we can question those and go, is it really? I mean, I was suicidal at age 22. And I always go back to that whenever I feel stressed. I know it sounds weird, but I go back to death and I'm like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? Well, I could die. Well, I was going to take my life, but I didn't. And now I'm like, what am I afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? I'm like, well, I'm going to decide and I'm going to live life. I'm going to live, not exist. And I feel like that's where you're at. We feel like we're existing, then we don't have a whole lot of energy to take action. But it's time to live. What are you living for? What do you want to live for? What is the dream? And let's start making plans on how you can get there, right? So I feel like that is what spirit is wanting you to do, is It's time for this beautiful leap into doing what you love with your life, whatever it takes, right? So I like that strawberry rose. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Grace, hello. And you like a general reading? So let's take a look here. Nope, none of those. Let me just reshuffle these real quick. Okay, and that one here. Okay, we were all right. So, Grace, you feels like your life is on slow mo, right? With this Prince of Sacred Circles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So things kind of going slow. But we have the Devil card here, and the reason why it's going slow is because you are having these challenges that are happening in your life. Because the Devil card is Saturn energy, it does rattle our cage, shake our cage, makes us question beliefs we've had for our entire life around whatever situation is making itself known. And it won't be subtle. So, with it, things slowing down, it's giving us time to dissect whatever this is that's showing up all over the place in our outside world, our inside world, our mind, our heart. You're going to be seeing this theme, right? Of whether it's questioning love or questioning career or worth or body or relationship, whatever it is, we've got this shaking and rattling that's going on, but it's to free us from this cage, to make us aware of the cage that we have ourselves in, so that we can release these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept us restricted and excuse me, and small, and feeling limited and powerless and all those other delicious things we feel with these emotions rooted in fear of losing conditional love, or fear of failure, or fear of rejection, right? um, but I like it because it frees you and then it opens it up for you. And then things will start to speed up because the energy around you is changing. You're being released from this, and this freedom that comes with you. So that is what they're having here. Whatever this situation is that's just in your face, it's to make you see what are these stories that you have that you've been told about things, and how you can do a plot twist and change the stories that you've been putting into a situation, seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things more clearly from a place of unconditional love and the higher knowledge and wisdom, instead of the popular opinions of what we've been told something's supposed to mean, should mean, need to mean, have to mean. So I feel like that is what is coming through right now for you, Grace. So hopefully that helps, and many blessings to you. All righty. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Hamant. Hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well. And you want to know what is coming next in your love life. All right, let's take a look here. So let's take a look here. Okay, looks like you clarified here too. So, what is Safalta's next actions towards you? You broke up. It's been 2 months and 20 days. Not that you're counting. Okay. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about this love life here. Okay. You know, so we've got the Tower card here. And the Tower card is, one, it is that things that happen in life do happen for us, right? People are removed out of our life on purpose, for a purpose, to open up our path to head in a direction that's more in alignment for where our higher self wants to go. And so this does show that this breaking up, this, them being removed out of your life, did happen on purpose for you, but it is for you to head in this direction, which the King of Sacred Circles is the King of Pentacles. And this is about you finding your worth in relationship to the outside world in, in a different way. You're on this journey of inward and upward, and this was required for you, like you said, with hiding addiction. Obviously there's some things that you can look at in your life that are the fears and how you're defining yourself by the outside world. There is this transformation that's available, because the wisdom that the King of Pentacles brings to you is, when you define yourself by the outside world, you feel very unstable, and you'll do things trying to find stability, but you'll never find it looking and defining yourself by the outside world, because we're told to define ourselves by relationship, situations, and things. And those all definitely are unstable. People change, people pass away, people walk away, right? So that is unstable. Situations like jobs and education and social status situations we get in never stay the same. They're always changing. And things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So every area of our life we're taught to define ourselves by is unstable. And so it's no wonder that we all feel unstable at some point in our lives. Eventually, we grow sick and tired of the instability, and we turn inward and upward. And that's where we find um, the only stable thing that we find in this realm, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the upper realms, of the mother and father of all things, creator, whatever you believe the higher power to be. That becomes the foundation of our worth. And we go through this transformation, and we experience all the stuff falling apart in the outside world, because that's what it does. It's not stable. It doesn't stay together forever. And that's when we turn inward and upward, and it changes our whole viewpoint of the outside world. With these cards coming in here, I feel like they were moved out of your life on purpose to really shake your cage and make you really look at this stuff, right? I don't feel like they'll be coming back in. I feel like your path is to turn inward and upward, finding this strong foundation. It transforms your world, changes how you perceive the whole outside world, but it's going to take some time for you to do that. And she cannot be a part of that journey, because you would be distracted trying to get her back, trying to have this relationship. But the relationship that spirit is wanting you to focus on right now is your relationship with yourself in the upper realm. So that's what's coming in for you, Hemant. So hang in there. Much love to you. I know it feels raw. It's still, it's fairly new that this has happened. But when you realize that it will continually happen, because it's unstable out there till you find your inner stability. So hang in there. Hang in there. Alrighty. So let me continue when we're moving down the list here. I think I did have a donation that came in here. All right. So Eli, you'll be my next free reading coming up here, but I do have a donation. Oh, very good. I'm so glad, Hemant. And I think is Elena. So Elena, thank you so much for your PayPal donation. If you're Oh, Mila Mila. All right. Thank you, Elena. I see that now. Thank you. Ah, very good. And so you have an additional question. Absolutely. Yeah. So go ahead and ask your question, and I will prioritize that just for the sake of time, since I'm coming up on my 2 hour mark. Um, I'm going to complete just another free reading until you post your question. Eli, thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Welcome to the Soul Family. Hopefully, we'll see you around some more. And your question is, if choosing law is a good choice for your career. You're 18. Oh, wow. So your whole life is ahead of you. So let's take a look here, Eli, and see if spirit feels that law is for your highest experience, right? Yeah, what we've got here. So we've got the Queen of Wands. She very much is very has a lot of passion, a lot of energy, connection to the spirit world too here, which I kind of feel here. You also have the Strength card, which is your higher self. So I feel like you have a just a wonderful connection to to the spirit world, your gut instinct, your intuition. I feel that would be great for law, right? Because you'll be able to bust people out. You'll just have an instinct to know that what questions to ask, where to investigate, what to look at. So I feel like that this energy that you have is very would be very helpful for that. But I feel like there's so much here. Um, she is so powerful with whatever she focus on grows. She's like entrepreneur. The king is like a huge entrepreneur energy, but she whatever she focuses her energy on, she can get done. And there's this movement, but it's trust in your gut and trust in your intuition. And that is huge here. I feel like you could do anything that you put your mind to and spirit's not telling you that it's not right or it is right. They're like, um, I feel like your whatever career you choose is not a fated event in in this lifetime for you. That whatever you choose, you're going to do well at, and you're going to learn your lessons. You're going to learn and have the experiences you want. But they really are focusing in for you to focus in on your your gut instinct, follow your heart, follow your dream with it all. And so um, it is a good choice, and I feel like there's no wrong choice that you can make with these cards. But follow your what will make your heart sing. What will what does your gut say? Follow your gut, follow your instinct, because you're really, really on point with it. So that is what's coming through, Eli. So wonderful journey, and don't be afraid to change directions if you want to. You can head towards it. You know, like your first year of university, right? Is you're taking courses, you're taking some stuff, and you're discovering. And you might, at the end of your first year, go, you know what? I want to go do this, right? So you don't have to put everything in concrete yet. You can have an intention and then you can alter it later too. So I like that for you, Eli. So many blessings for you. All right. Very good, Eli. So perfect, perfect. All right. So Asen Ozzy, you'll be my next free reading coming up. But Amila, thank you so much for your question and donation. And you wonder if he will realize that he doesn't want to lose me. All right, let's take a look here. So you said you might move for work in a further city from where you're in now. And when you'll tell this to Felipe, what will he feel and will want to do in regards to us? Okay, I see. So you're like, hey, I am moving away. What are you going to do? All right, so let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, we've got the Hierophant here. There's this the Hierophant is this invitation where this telling them is going to make them really question what is it that I really want in life. So it really triggers this pivotal point in their life where they're like, yeah, what do I want? And it creates this reflection, a super reflection for them here. I like this for you. I feel like they decide here because we've got the Empress, which is new birth, which is new you know, uh, it is like it's new birth. I keep on saying new birth, new birth. It's moving forward. It's this creation. It's excitement. It's the Ace of Wands. It's just new passion, new drive. Ten of Pentacles, abundance, overflowing. And I feel like they realize that um they really find out what they want to do in life. They really discover it's like, you know what? Yeah, what's keeping me here? And with this birth and this passion and the 10 of Pentacles, this all is very positive. Yeah, crisis positively. It makes them really think about, wow, so um you're leaving. Do I stay or do I go? And what's keeping me here? And what's waiting for me out there? What do I really want to do? And I feel like it is. It puts them into a positive crisis. It makes them really question, whereas before they would just be sitting in their own self, right? Like, I'm safe, this is comfortable, this is normal. I'm living, oh, I'm not even living life. I feel like they're existing. And with you bringing this up, going, I'm gonna move away to a new job, are you gonna ask him to go with you? You know, it's like, do you I would love it if you went with me. What do you think? And I know that's a lot, so think about it. Don't answer now unless it's a yes. If it's not a yes, then think about it. And I feel like it's yeah, and maybe go with you, if he's like, "Yeah, I'm ready for a change," so I feel like whatever the outcome here, it's very positive for you, here. So, they either choose to do all this, or if they don't, when you get there, you have a new passion, a new birth that feels very abundant. So whatever they choose to do, you are gonna be fine. I feel like whatever this unfolds, it's like, if they go with you, you'll be fine. If they don't go with you, you will be fine. Because I just feel like in either case, you feel this new birth and this passion of life, and you feel the 10 of Pentacles is like a very abundant outside world. So whether they do or not, you're gonna be fine. Yeah, yeah, it's not absolute here. It's like the energy is left up because the energy right now, because it's unknown and they don't know here. And you got the Princess of Staves, which is again new passion, new drive, newness that either way that you will be fine with it though. So with your little sad face, it's like, no, it's like if they're like, well, let me think about it, and you're like, okay, well, I have to go. So you decide, but while you're there, you feel like life is just so big that whether it's him or not, it's not going to impact your joy in your life, which is a great message from spirit. So try not to have a little patty lip, because spirit is going boom, this is a great move for you. And their decision's not going to impact your life. Yeah, absolutely. So I like that for you, and thank you so much for your donation, Mila. Very much appreciate it. All right. So Asen Ozzy, hello, hello. Any chance of a connection with Mr. Imcha? All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit has to say around this possible connection. There's a possibility here. We've got two number fives here, which is transformational type of cards. But um, it does say that there's some stuff that would have to transform in order for that to happen. There's these feelings of lack and abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, that would need some transformation. And the Five of Cups, too, which is about spilt emotions from the past. So there is some transformation of emotional feeling that would have to change in order for that energy to draw in. Because if we stay in the old energy, we're going to continue to draw in the older things that are at that level of lower vibrational energy of fears and abandonment and lack. We draw in relationships that way. But for a chance and with a connection with them, when you transform and you have your love energy vibrate at a higher level, one of more of a high self-worth and self-love, leaving behind emotions that no longer serve and mentalities that no longer serve, that brings in possibilities. But I feel like they're saying that has to change. in order for the possibility to come through. So that is what they have for you, Ascend. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Let's see, how many do we have left here? So we've got Dana. And we did that one. LA. Hey, LA. Darcini. T. Goodlow. Hey, Deb. Love and light. Okay. So we got about 4 or 5 or so. So I think we should be able to get through you guys. All right. So Christy, hello, hello. Anything that spirit wants to tell you. All right. So let's take a look here. What does spirit want to? Whoa. The readings are over. I'm just getting right back. Oh my goodness. All right. Got a little too. Sorry, I lost my slipper off my foot too. Wow. A lot of energy, Christy. All right, let me put these back in here and shuffle them back up. Wow. All right. Let me just refresh these real quick. All right. All right, Christy, what does spirit want you to know right now? Okay. All right. You do have this abundance that's headed your way here with the King of Pentacles, and I like that. Very solid foundation in your outside world. I feel like they're saying that you're really expressing a lot of street smarts. That's funny that they're saying it that way. But you got some wisdom. You're putting down some wisdom in the outside world. Really, you've learned a lot of how things work, and I feel like this is becoming very apparent and beneficial for you because you have the Ace of Swords too, which has to do with some new communication that's coming in here. Um, I don't know. Are you looking for a new job? I feel like there's this new um awareness, this new I won't say validation, that's too strong of a word for this, but it's like recognition. There we go. So that you're getting this recognition for your experiences, your wisdom, and your intelligence too with the Ace of Swords. It's like a higher education, a higher ability. But I feel like the Ace of Swords is really bringing in this emphasis on new communication coming in, recognizing it, and it's helping you move forward. I feel like with the 8 of Cups here, you are leaving behind emotions and friendships, partnerships, maybe even job that no longer is fitting for you, and you're moving here towards something that is more fulfilling, more towards wish fulfillment. You're heading off to something magical with Stone Edge, and we have the beautiful new moon that's coming in here too. And actually, this is like an eclipse new moon, which shows this new beginning, this new start, this new expression of who you are, and especially with all this Pluto transformational Scorpio energy that we have with all the eclipse season and Pluto in retrograde. I feel like you are so ready for this change of where you've been and where you want to be. And I feel like it keeps coming back, like it feels like it's more about job and career, like you're changing. Um, where you're at feels too restrictive, like you're not being able to show all of your talents. And I've got May 14th, 114. So here we got 14, 1, 1, 4. Again, all these, it's like all these synchronistic, and if you are, especially if you're seeing repeating numbers, pay attention to those because we've got all of these that are coming in here. Ones being new beginnings, fours being a solid foundation. And so I really like that for you. That's what I feel is coming in for you, Christy. So if you've been looking, at a change of career, a change of job, and you're like, I don't know if I should or not, they're like, there is somewhere more magical where you can bring in several types of experiences and knowledge and what that you have, and be able to use it, more of it, instead of feeling like you're being underutilized is like the word. So that's what's coming through, Christy. Hopefully that makes sense. So many, many blessings to you. All right. All right, cheery. All right. Okay, just looking through here, making sure I'm not skipping anyone. All right, Eldona. Hello, hello. I'm doing well today. Hope you're doing well today. And you want to know T's intentions towards you. All right, let's take a look here. All righty. Well, it looks like they're changing directions here because we've got the Three of Wands, which is about a change of direction. Duh. But we've got the World card, and these both, of course, look like worlds. Ace of Pentacles is new opportunities in the outside world, and the World card is about ending of cycles and beginning of something new. So there definitely is this change that's happening, and it's taking a different direction here than they had originally planned. Um, let me see here. I'm going to just pull one clarifying, see if they'll tell me anything else. Because I'm like, that could go either way. And I need to know. Well, you got the Four of Sacred Circles, which does bring stability in the outside world, but it also brings this clarity about that the outside world, including relationships, situations, and things, they're all unstable. And I feel like this, whatever's going on here, it feels like it's taking you more inward and upward than outward. So I feel like that their intentions towards you are switching and changing. But I feel like with all of those in combination with that, I'm getting this feeling like it's away from you. It's they're headed in a different direction. But when people are moved out of our life, or they're being moved out of our path to make room for us because they're blocking us from moving in the direction that truly our higher heart wants us to move to. So if this is them moving away, it's like spirit saying let them, because they're being they're going off of an off ramp to get out of your way. They're showing me like a one lane highway where there's they're showing me a tractor. And here in the United States, they have like tractors, they have like these moving slow signs on the back, and all the traffic gets backed up behind them, especially on a one lane highway where you can't, pass them, you're stuck behind them. But then they exit off the ramp, and then you're like, pedal to the metal, and you're able to move forward. So I almost feel like they would be holding you back from going where you're wanting to go, and there'll be this movement of them out of your life. But the off ramp they're taking is to get out of your way. So hopefully that helps, Eldona. So that's what they have right now for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Alex, we are to you there. Let's see where we're at here. All right, and you'd like a general read. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have for you real quick here. All right, well, you definitely have a balancing energy coming in here because you've got the Justice card here, which is the balancing out of your thought, beliefs, and mindsets and expectations. I mean, you got Libra and the yin yang, energy that comes in here. And you've got the Queen of Wands, who she's fire, but she's also water. So you got this fire and water, this going back and forth between emotion and thought, and then also fire and movement. But I feel like there's this nudge to just honor your drive, honor your fire, but also honor your connection to the higher realms. Trust your gut, trust your instinct. Try, this mind here before we take action. Really look at my whys. Why do I want to do this? What is my true north? What is my dream? What is my ultimate goal? I have somewhere here, I have it in my calendar so that I remind, and I show it every once in a while. It's not very pretty, but I have my true north. And when I'm scheduling stuff and organizing my weeks and my months, I look at the urgent versus the important. The important is this align with my true north, with where I want to go, what I want to do. And the urgent sometimes, even though it's trying to demand our attention, is like, nope, you're not, I don't need to invest energy. And like, well, you have to, or this opportunity is gone. It's like, well, it's not in alignment. I have other things to invest my energy into, and we let some urgent things fall away because it's not in alignment. And I feel like this is what they're telling you right now, is to just be aware of what is your true north, and that you can balance out your life by dumping some stuff that's not um, uh, doesn't need to have your energy in it, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming through, Alex. Hopefully that makes sense. So many blessings to you. All right, Maju Busal. Hopefully you found your reading there. All right. I love that. Deb McCormick, love and light to you. Happy your name day. So happy your day. That's great. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Tice J. All right. And T Goodlow, I don't know. I don't think you've asked your question. If you are still here, you definitely can ask a question. You just have to put it into the chat. We'll try to get down to you here. Kind of getting into my past my time here, but I will try to get it in there if you'll post your question. All right. So Darcini, you're going to gather up your courage and deny your extra load of work to your general managers, or as you do, you're exhausted by their unfair play. All right, and you want to kind of know what will the result of that be here? I do like that you're like, you know what? I am done. I am exhausted. And let's see what we have here. Yeah. I like this here. You have the hermit here, which is really, stepping away from a lot of the chaos of life to connect to your higher self here. I like this as an outcome, though, with the Seven of Wands, because the Seven of Wands is someone standing up on a hill, someone who's a bright light on a hill in a very dark time. And I like this because I feel like you are bringing light to things. Um, about how people are being overworked, and but I definitely like this standing up, and that you're giving yourself importance with this hermit card too. Hermit card is Virgo energy, and they're really emphasizing that because the Virgo's journey is also about self-care, taking care of body and work organization, actually as well. And so they are definitely saying this is great. Have the courage, stand up, let them know. Um, you know, of course, it's not what we say, but how we say it too. You can just bring it up and let them know, I really want to be able to do all this, but I know I'm exhausted, and I'm getting burnt out, and I'm sure other people feel that way. What can we do? If you present it in a way of, you know, um, asking them for help and asking for assistance, because if you go against them and just go, no, that's going to activate the little child inside of them, and they're going to freak out and fight or flight, right? So if you go about it with care for yourself and others, and for the business, and if they're like, too bad, do it, then you're like, well, alrighty, I get to go live my life. So I like it for you, though. I feel it's very, very positive, you standing up and caring for your body, because if not, yeah, it definitely would, impact you physically, and so you need to take care of you. All right, and that's what they have for you. LA. Hello, hello. You want to know why did these old friends reach out to your mom to contact you after all these years? Oh, weren't you just talking about I don't know if these are people from high school, right? What are these people from high school? Well, you might have put out a ping in the energetic field to draw them to you, right? Let's take a look here. Hmm. Yeah, we've got the Hierophant here, which is about doing some inner truth seeking, is what the Hierophant does. And they've got the Three of Swords, which is equals like disappointments and expectations. And I feel like they wanted to reach out because they are doing some inner like I said, some inner reflection on what they've done in their life, who they are. And I feel like maybe that if things didn't end well, or if there were some things like they were disappointed, and they're realizing that they might have overreacted or done things, and they want to like just make things right. I feel like from the inside, I like that. But I do feel like with this energy that you were putting out a few days ago, I forget when it was, but I feel like you were asking about people that from your high school years, what do they think of you? I almost feel like there's this energy you put out to draw old individuals into your life so that you can also release some stuff within you to free you up. And that's what we do. We draw in the proper mirrors for us so that we can remove some old things in our life that are holding us back. So I feel like that's a lot of what is happening here. And I like it for you. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. I'm just making sure I'm not skipping over anybody real quick here. All right. Hi, Dana. Hello, hello. So, Dana, you are up. Um, oh, from elementary school. That's funny, Ellie. All right, Dana. It's something you want to do, but fear it's keeping you from doing it. Okay, so you have something that you want to do, but fear is keeping you from doing it. What does the spirit advise? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I like this here. You've got the Seven of Cups, um, which shows like there's all these decisions and things that we want to do in life, right? And like you said, so we fear or we don't want to pick the wrong one and everything. But I like this because they're like, you're choosing one and beautiful, it's like, aha, this is like glowing and see the glow that it's putting out here. I like the Tower card coming in because it does tell you that whatever's removed out of your life is always removed out of your life for you to make space for the new to come in and to clear your path so that you can head in the direction that you're clearly wanting. So I feel like, Spirit is saying that you can't pick a wrong one. You pick this up and you dive into it, right? And we fear failure, but we can never fail, knowing that whatever happens is always for us, that it doesn't happen to us. So that if we like, I really want to do this and I'm going to go do it. Fear of failure is something that the humans teach us, right? Because we're taught that when you try something and it doesn't work out, failure, you're a loser, boom, boom, and all of that. And what are people going to think? And, but I love Thomas Edison. I think it was Thomas Edison, famous inventor, whoever it was. I think it was. But someone told him, "You failed 10,000 times." And they were like, "No, no, no, I did not. I found 10,000 ways that successfully did not work so that I could find the one that did." And because of that, I think they did the light bulb. I think it was whoever the inventor of the light bulb was. They found 1,000 ways that didn't work, but that's okay because I'll led him to the one that did, and it changed the world, right? And so I love this. I feel like they're telling you the advice is go for it. Live your dream, live your life. And if you get into it and you don't like it, whatever, no foul, no harm. You get to choose something else, and it's all about experience. That failure is a story of the mind, a story that other people put to things, but we don't have to. Like Thomas Edison or whoever this inventor was, you get to choose the story that you put to it. So I like it. I like that they're saying go for it. Um, they're reminding me of like when I chose to leave corporate life to do readings and to pursue a spiritual path. I had done it before, probably 5 or 6, 7 years before that, and got scared and went back into corporate life. Learned a lot, I didn't in the beginning I looked at it as that I failed. Oh, I didn't go and make it big, doing spiritual stuff. But I learned a lot about myself during these other years to when it came to when COVID hit. I was like, "What am I doing? I'm existing, I'm not living, and here I am, I'm gonna go live instead of just exist." And I feel like this is what they're saying is like, live your dreams. What are you waiting for, to die? Let's live, and so go for it. So I feel like this is what they're saying, Dana, is, do it, do it, do it, because it's your life to live. If it's your dream, you don't worry about failure. You just go, okay, well, that didn't work. Let me try another way to do this here. Okay, let me do this here, but I'm going to live my dream. And just know that if anyone tries to poke holes in it, it's because secretly they're jealous. They're like, I wish I could do that. And you're like, you can if you want to, but live your dream, and you're going to be a pioneer. I can just tell. So that's what they have for you, Dana. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Crystal Draper. Hello, hello. Absolutely. We'll get you guys in here. So, yeah, Crystal, if you put your do you have a specific question, or did you want a general reading? If you want to pop that down there while we're waiting. Hey, Louisiana Lucy. Hello, hello. Like your little so a general reading. Let's see. What does spirit wants you to know right now? All right. Evidently that one and that one. All right. Yay, the waiting is over. You've been going through this transformation here, and it's been a significant one with two major arcana here. So things have been incubating. It's like the butterfly, in the caterpillar in the cocoon that's becoming the butterfly. You've been waiting for things to transform and open up, and here comes the Wheel of Fortune. It's the number 10 in the major arcana. It's about to have this change, about to have this switch. So things are about to turn and move, and the butterfly is going to make its way out of the cocoon. The baby is going to be birthed. So the waiting that you've been doing and the work that you've been doing, the releasing of things, it's all been noticed. It's all been moving you towards this, and now things are about to transform for you. And of course, the Wheel of Fortune is the tune of for you, the fortune. So your human is going to be so glad with what's about to unfold and open up for you. So I like it. It's very much, all the blood, the sweat, and the tears have been worth it because you're about to do it, right? It's like a baby. All the morning sickness, all the fullness, and like and the heartburn, and all the other wonderful things that come with pregnancy. When that baby is born after that pain of birth, you're just like, wow, it's so worth it. So I like that for you, Louisiana. So many, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. And so we did not hear from T. Goodlow or Crystal Draper. So T. Goodlow, I'm just going to pull a couple cards. Spirit knows what you were wanting here. I just want to be able to get a reading in here for you. Yeah, you definitely have this new beginning here. The 10 of Wands is all this magical energy, like the magician who holds like the wand here. This is about you're going through this change of where to invest all of your energy. You've put enough into where you've gone. The 10 is an ending and a new beginning. And the magician, card number one, is like the manifester, this huge beginning. And so spirit is just really saying with whatever wherever you've been investing your energy, whatever you've been doing, it's time to reevaluate and go, okay, what is completed? Where do I want to continue and invest my energy and just really bring it down to one thing that you want to focus your energy on at a time, because you're going to be able to jump forward 10 spaces instead of having 10 things move forward one space. Do so here too with the Three of Pentacles. Be true to your authentic self. Follow the path that you're wanting to go and where you're wanting to go. Don't get pulled off in different direction because you fear letting other people down and not living up to their expectations. These decisions, the decision of the one direction you want to go, is for you to express yourself authentically, for your path. So that is what they have for you, T. Goodlow. So many blessings to you. And Crystal Draper, um, since I didn't hear back from you, I'm going to make you the last reading here. And Spirit again knows what you were wanting, and we'll pull cards for you. Okay, I do want these three. All right. So I feel like here that there's been some emotions. I feel like with this moon, especially around the full moons, you might find that if you have a water sign, like a water moon, or you're a water sign, but more if you're a water moon, you are very, very much impacted by the phases of the moon. So if you track it and you look into say, what moon sign for today, the moon goes through different cycles every 2 to 3 days, and I feel like it does impact you. Where sometimes you feel like your emotions are up, down, and all over the place, and you're just like, why are my emotional moods so all over the place? I get it. I have a ton of water in my chart. So I learned I actually have I use this as my planner. Let me show you here. You can find online, there's sites out there like astro.com and different places that will tell you the moon phase each day. But like I have a planet guide here where I actually, use it because I look at it each day going, oh, I see. This is why I'm feeling that way today. And you can use that energy for your benefit, which I feel here it's this awareness that's coming in around why do my emotions feel like they go all over the place. Well, just follow the moon and understand that, and you can develop this beautiful, um like a buffer where you don't take on everyone else's emotions, but you can stabilize your own emotions. And a lot of times just realizing, oh, this is the energy for today, I'm going to use that for this, and other times. So I like that, and we do have here the Two of Pentacles, the balancing of things of the outside world. So I feel like this is the message of finding this balance in your life, and that the emotional out of balancedness that you feel has to do with the moon and the tides. That's the cycles, the ebbs and flows of these emotions that we go through with the moon. So it's very important for you with this connection. It's like Cancer moon, Pisces moon, Scorpio moon, which we just had. Huge Scorpio eclipse full moon. So whenever there's a water moon, especially if you have a lot of water, then you feel that, also impacting you. So I feel like that's what Crystal Draper, what they wanted for you there. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, always victory. Thank you so much for your donation. What is going on with your life? What are your guides advising you to do? Okay, absolutely. So let's grab here a oracle from the angels and ancestors. Let's see what they want you to know. What is going on with my life? And we'll pull a couple tarot as well. So we got that. Let's see what tarot they want here for you. Okay, any others? All right. So let's see what we got going on here. Wow. So you got the warrior card coming in here, which says, be fearless and stand strong. I like it. So let's take a look here. And it says, don't back down. Make your opinions heard. Don't settle for second best. And a warrior is anyone who is ready and willing to know themselves and do what needs to be done in order to get where they want to be. And this deck, the warrior embodies fierce primal love, the warrior within, the energy you can call on to protect yourself. Even if you don't think you love yourself, if you're exposed to a situation that could be harmful or dangerous, the steps you take to protect yourself are, in fact, acts of fierce love. I like that. Although the warrior in this card is surrounded by darkness, he is of the light. And the warrior within is made of light and has the capacity to shine even more brightly when facing darkness head on. If you're experiencing fear at this time, know that it means whatever is going on is important to you. Whenever you feel fear, you are on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that's going to really help you move forward. If you have a situation on your hands where you have to face someone or something that's been unsettling you, know that you are being guided to call upon your inner warrior. Don't falter and don't be frightened because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. Wow. I love that. Because you do have here with all of these, we've got this Three of Pentacles, which is all about standing up, being true to the authentic you, not being veered off your path by the fear of other people's opinions, other people, punishing or losing praise because you're not doing what they, want you to do. This is about you standing in your power and being true to the authentic you. And the Two of Staves, standing in your power again. So all three of the cards are really about standing in your power right now, and with whatever is coming forward, it is so important to be true to you and to the voice inside of you and do what you're wanting to do, stepping forward where you're wanting to go, not fearing what other people are going to say or do. The Two of Wands, of course, is about whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. So, we've got this big you know if I focus on my fears, I bring them in or repel things out of my life, right? But when I focus on gratitude and stepping into what I am grateful for about myself, about what's going on in the world, in my world, I focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, all that grows and that expands. So I like this. They're really telling you, stand in your power, choose your path, don't back down, don't fear others, you're protected, and live your dreams. Step forward in the direction that you're wanting to go. I feel like all three of those cards came in for that. So that is what is coming through for you, always victory. Thank you so much for your donation and excellent. I look forward to receiving your email so we can complete that for you. Traveling all week. What? Understand. There's no expiration date, so you can take as much time as you want to get that to me. All right. And thank you for your additional donation. All right. So what are your guides trying to communicate to you when they show you the number 28? All right. Let's take a look here. Well, I know whenever I get repeating numbers, I Google angel number and then whatever number it is. And of course, you get like millions of hits back. But I just follow whatever one I'm going to be drawn to. I look at there um, and see what messages are there. But definitely 8 and 2 together is 10, which is endings and new beginnings. And you've got the Empress here, which is about new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. I feel like it's like the message they're saying here, because here's the Queen of Wands standing in her power with that Ace of Wands, connecting to the higher realms. But she is a go getter. She's fiery. She is able to point her wand in a direction that she wants to go, and she makes things happen. I mean, you've got the, of course, the new birth and the harvest that comes in here, this new thing that is coming in, which would be the new beginnings of the card number 28. But the Queen of Wands is also about, um, you know, um, if you're not sure of what direction to go, she develops because she rolls over fire, but she's given water too, which the black cat back here zhit, represents the connection to the spirit world. And it's really cool because there's this when you're not sure of which way to go, like you hit a wall where you have to go left or right, you dial up spirit and go, all right, so you're the eye in the sky, you see the whole maze of life. Should I go right or left for my highest experience? And you'll hear, take a right, and you're like, okay, psh. And then things just unfold for you because you're listening. And so when you're not sure, dial them up because you definitely have this ability for this strong connection here. But I feel like it is them telling you you have this endings and these new beginnings that are coming. You don't need to fear. She has so much courage, the Queen of Wands, so much courage and so much ability to move forward that there is nothing to fear. And I like that. So it's kind of like that same message that just came through. It's this, you have these endings, new beginnings, you get to choose. Trust that you are going to be successful. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for your additional donation. You're so funny. Finally, you're on the right track. Oh, am I on the right track? I said, yeah, absolutely. We're never on a wrong track. Are we on the track that's for our highest experience? Let's take a look here. Yeah. So we've got let me just do it this way. This is how they came out here. You have like the Hierophant, which is you've been invited on this inner search of finding your capital T truths. So the journey that we're on is always on this track of going inward. So we're in a giant maze of life, and we're always in the right maze. So they're like, yeah, you're on your journey, and what you're learning here is your power of choice here with the Chariot card. And here you have the King of Wands. So you have the Queen. The King of Wands is standing in your power, using your energy, going forward with where you're wanting to head. But when we're talking about like the right track, this is where the power of choice comes in because they're like, life is, when we look from the spirit realm, when we ask the spirit realm, am I doing what's right? What should I do? They're like, there is no shoulds. There's only experience, and you're always experiencing. So you're on the perfect path. You're in the perfect track. The Chariot card shows us that we're the ones that get to choose what story we put to any situation, what emotion we feel as we go through it, and the energy that we put toward it. And everyone is either of unconditional love or fear of losing conditional love or fear of failure, fear of rejection, right? And so, whatever comes our way, we're the ones that get to choose what it means. We have all the supposed tos and shoulds that were given from the past, and so we have all that, but um, we don't have to listen to that. We're the ones that get to choose. So I love this that this is movement and victory, and so this would is like, yes, you are moving and you have victory. You're headed in this direction, and regardless of what comes your way, you are the one that gets to choose what it means for you. Like I was talking a little earlier about. Like Thomas Edison I think it was them, is this big inventor who people are like, "Ah, you failed 10,000 times." And he was like, "No, no, no. I found 10,000 ways that successfully did not work. that allowed me to find the one. And because of that, we have electricity or lighting, whatever they invented. Very much, it was a huge thing that impacted the world. So, I like it. It's like we get to choose. Everyone has a story of like, oh, that means you failed. It's like, no, when we're living our dream and headed where we're going, it's like, no, I just, I found one way that didn't work the way I quite wanted it to, and I'm going to find another. There's not failure, it's experience, right? So I do love this for you. I feel like it helps us be free of the fear of failure, and we live this adventure. And yeah, I like that outlook too. It's just very, very, very positive. So, that is what they have for you. I love this for you. Always victory. All right, sure, one more. Thank you for your donations. I greatly appreciate you. I'm pulling cards, as you're doing that, and have the 2 of Cups come out here. Um, so with your love life here, you have these 2 cards come in, 'cause obviously this is your love life. You have the 7 of Swords and the Princess of Swords, so you are, looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around love, and what is it supposed to mean, all those things. The 7 of Swords tells us that you are becoming aware of what of your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own mindsets that cheat you out of love, that thieve and deceive you around love. And I like this that you have the page, the princess, because she has the Ace of Swords here, which allows you to see clarity on who you are and love with your life, but it also allows you to slice away and cut away all these small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. Because these are the ones that tell us the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts. It's kind of like around career, everything. We're get inundated with all these rules, all these opinions, and we take them on as our own because we're children. We don't know any better, but we reach this point in our life where we're like, I am freeing myself from these things. And as we free ourselves, as we question these fears, and as we raise our love vibration, our self love vibration, we draw in someone who is more in alignment with that higher vibration. Instead of when we have lower fear vibration and we're in that influenced a lot by that human opinion, we draw in things that relate to that type of energy. So if I fear, like I used to fear, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna meet someone that cheats on me because that's what happened to my mom. She got cheated on a lot and everything. And I'm like, that's what I'm gonna find. I had this fear I'm gonna find someone, and sure enough, I kept drawing them in until I realized, "Oh, I don't need to draw them in anymore." So I love this release of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, and you're releasing them, and I feel like love is on pause because they're wanting you to raise your love vibration, give you time to raise your love vibration, so you stop drawing in what you've drawn in before, and you'll draw in something more in alignment with it. So that is what they have here for you regarding love in this moment. So I'm excited for you with all of that. Oh no! Oh no! Uh, but you'll be fine. It's good. It's for you, right? Yeah. Well, it's all the energy of the moment, right? Well, I feel like it's paused, right? As we move forward, we start to fear, right? Our fears will bubble up. And so in the moment, if we have fears around, oh, what's going to happen? It's releasing things, kind of pause and give you time to raise your love vibration. And if we're moving towards it, we're like, oh, good, then but then there's these fears that bubble up, and then we cut them away and slice them away, as well. Kimberly, after I'm all done with my free readings. I'm hitting 3 hours, so I do need to go eat. I will be back, though, in 5 hours for my evening session. So if you'd like to return then, also, if you need an answers right away, let me just show everybody here. There is one last day here to enter, for my, drawing that I have on Mondays for a giveaway. I'm gonna be giving away 4, free readings tomorrow. You can check out the video. It tells you the 4 different ways that you can enter into those drawings. Also, I put out pick-a-card readings, um, each week, at least one. I put out 2 this week. One is, "What are they thinking about you right now?" And then also, Happy Mother's Day. We have, "What does, mom want to say to you?" Whether it's one who's passed, one who's here, or Divine Mother, whoever it may be that you're looking for a message from. And I have a ton of other pick-a-cards on my main page as well, around abundance and life purpose, etc. And then I also have, I put out monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, for each month. And so that's the playlist for that too. So you can check those out to get some more information there. And oh, Renee. um, so if you guys want to check those out, and I will return, if you obviously you have to have subscribed to be commenting in the chat, but if you make sure your notification setting is set to all, then you'll get notified an hour before I go live, and you can jump into the chat and actually put your question early. It's like going to a free concert without assigned seats. It allows you to get in line early, and I do go down that list, so you can check that out too. So thank you for understanding, Kimberly. I am starving. Renee, thank you for your donation. I will complete you. Um, um, yeah, real quick, always victory, but my blood sugar is dropping, so I do need to go. But if you want to make one last question, or if you can wait, that would be great too, because I'm like, woof. Absolutely. And thank you so much for your donations and for understanding. And I'll look forward to your email too. Let's take a look here. Um, all right. Well, it's a quick question here, so we can do that here, because you just want to know if a new job by August. So we'll take a look here. So based on your current energies, will you be getting a new job by August here? Yeah, we have the 3 of Cups, which is joy and celebration here. The Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles, is like a search for opportunities in the outside world. I feel like, it's gonna feel like it's taking forever, but it's not. But you do have a positive outcome coming out from it. So I do see you getting a new job by August. I just feel like um it's more later than sooner, by then, so it's not like you'll get it tomorrow, but I feel like it just feels like it's a journey, like watching the grass grow, that it takes time for things to unfold and things to come forward. So, but I definitely have an affirmative there. And let me just grab this card real quick. Yeah. So, yeah, it really isn't far away, right? It's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So, but yeah, definitely, I feel it's an affirmative there. Yeah, and you have transition coming into. So it says, "While I sleep, I move from old to the new with great ease." So, boom. All right, and thank you so much for your donation. And I am excited. And then, of course, as well, you of course have your free readings available if you're wanting to do any of those. I know I'm not going to bug you about them. They're available, they never expire, but since Always was mentioning theirs too, um, it is still available. So like it, like it. All right. Well, I am going to take off, everybody. Oh, sure. No problem at all. Um, Thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. And I so appreciate all the love, all the support, and all the thirst for searching after and hearing from spirit too. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I will be back in 5 hours for the evening session. And so hope you guys have a great rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you, and we will see you soon. You guys take care.